there's so much that you don't know about original people in North America. And I was raised that way all my life. And so that's why I could share it with you. But let me tell you this one before we start too. Is my great-grandfather, who I was probably 19 when he passed away, and now I'm 80 years old. But I was only about 18 years old when he passed away, my great-grandfather. And my great-grandfather went to school in the Carlisle School in Pennsylvania. It was the first residential school in the whole continent of North America. It was the granddaddy of the residential school. After that, Canada and the United States made many residential schools. And they took the kids, whether you want them or not. They just took them. They steal it from the mother and father. And my grandfather went to school there. And he was, I forgot how old he was, but according to the record in Pennsylvania, my great-grandfather, when he was around 7, maybe 8 years old, ran away from Carlisle, Pennsylvania to go back home. Got lonesome. But you cannot run away and go on a road where the road is, because the police will catch you and they send you back. So my great-grandfather didn't go by the road when he was 7 or 8 in the middle of winter. He come through the Allegheny Mountain and then through the Adirondack Mountain range all the way back to Akwesasne, which is just 1 hour south of Ottawa. It's the most northern part of the state of New York you can go. That's where I was raised and born. And he was only 7 or 8 on foot in the dead of winter. 3 times he did that. And each time they would catch him later on the reservation and send it back. See? And this grandfather used to tell me he became deaf and almost blind by the time I got to know him. And he used to say to me, he can still talk Mohawk and everything real good. And he can even talk English and can do a little bit of writing too, because he went to school at Carlisle. He says, and he go like this, 1754. He would say it like that. And he says, our great-grandfather was invited to go Schenectady. And Schenectady means Albany area, to a meeting over there. And the meeting was called by Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson and those kind of people, invitation. And Benjamin Franklin was a little bit friends with the Mohawk in the history, but it doesn't say much in the history, but he was. And so he learned things too. So they were invited to go there. That was my direct great-grandfather in 1754. And my grandfather went to Carlisle. He's the one telling me this. And he says, and our great-grandfather, it was to tell the constitution of the Haudenosaunee. And the wampum belts would hang on their arm, touch the floor. And the wampum belts contained our constitutional principles and things. That's how we record for the Haudenosaunee. But when I went to school, in American school, in the St. Regis Mohawk School in Hogansburg, New York, I didn't know how to speak English and I didn't go to school till I was 7, because my grandmother never went to school, and those people hide when the American people come, and the kids hide, go in the woods if American people come, because if you don't, they snatch you away from mother and father, and they send you to residential school for many years. So whenever American people come, everybody hides their kids so they don't get taken away. So when I went to school, my grandmother didn't want to send me to school, although it was in the reservation, in the middle of the reservation, Hogansburg, called St. Regis. It was funded by state and federal Indian school. Only Mohawks go there. But my grandmother won't send me there because she don't trust American people. They may take us when they're not looking, or they're going to brainwash us over there. And when we finish going to their school, we don't want to be Mohawk no more. We become ashamed who we are. We don't want to talk our language anymore because only English. You get a whipping if you talk in the Mohawk language at school. You get your head smacked. And I got my head smacked quite a few times. So they wasn't permitted our language. And I'm not talking 300 years ago. I'm only 80. I'm talking when I was 7. See? So Grandpa, the one I went to college, says, 1754. He says, great-grandfather was teaching Benjamin and Thomas Jefferson, those people, about Constitution. What does it mean? And one of my grandson, he's a little bit artist. You know what he did? He made T-shirts. And he put it on the T-shirt. Indian people, this would be great-grandfather. He's talking. And at a desk like this, Benjamin is writing it down. And Thomas Jefferson is writing it down what the great-grandfather is talking about, Constitution. And then when it says that we're a matrilineal, and that women are the one who choose who's going to be the political leaders and which man is going to be a spiritual leader, women do it. And if they don't behave, women disposes them of those positions. So Benjamin says, no, we throw that in the wastebasket. That's a little bit too revolutionary for European people. Women don't have a right to say nothing. And so they don't accept that. Some of them they did, but a lot of them, they didn't put it in there. Until 1924, from 1754 to 1924, finally Congress passed a resolution to say women can vote now in the government. Oh, we were so happy. They come now back to making equal rights for their woman. And I'm saying this because I'm trying to emphasize that we really are a matrilineal people. And we like it that way. Because women are stronger than men. Way stronger than men. I kind of laughed one time. My grandmother said, men are only good for 5 minutes. Women last a lifetime. It's kind of funny, but when you think about it, because it's kind of true. But a woman, if something comes close to the kids, if there's a mother next to there, she's going to stand in front. I don't care if bulldozer come or machine gun come. A real mother, she'll stand in front of her kids. Nobody's going to hurt my kids. A man, he'll have to think a couple times first. He'll do it too, but not as quick as a woman. And that's how come the future of our people is invested in our woman. If there will be peace, they will open the door for that to happen. And I can't overemphasize that. But now we're going to start this other stuff now. So I didn't believe my grandpa about 1754. Because when I went to the school in Hogansburg, you know what they told us? No more Mohawk language in the school. Even we didn't understand what she said. So when my cousin and I talk Mohawk, I said, hey, go like this. We understood that. Because I think everybody knows that sign language. So go up there, and you go like this. This took that ruler, hit it right here. No more language. And we'll hit a lot of time with ruler because of our language. But that time, they told us too, once we start to learn language a little bit, that don't take credence, don't take for seriousness what your old people says, your grandma, your grandpa, because it's not documented. It's not documented. It's only hearsay, it's only rumor, it's only gossip. It doesn't have no documentation. That's what they told us all the time in the school. Only the books is what you go by and stuff like that. So when my grandfather told me about this 1754, my head fight. Teacher says it's hogwash because it's not documented. But he's my grandpa. I'm supposed to listen to him. And so my mind fight. I don't know what to do. So when he says to Grandpa, I kind of says, well, I think he's just telling a story. Not really true. Until 1968. And I used to always, what do you call it in English language? Whenever your elders say something or older people say something to us, we always doubt it. Like if it's really true or not true. It's always a big fight in our head. But in 1968, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, because we came here to Yale too one time with what we call the White Roots of Peace. It was an international Indigenous group. I was only a kid that time. And we traveled all over the United States, Canada. White Roots of Peace. And we were invited to go to Albany at the education building in Albany. And when we were there to make a presentation, our group, it was over 12 of us, took us to the second or third floor. And on the wall, bigger than this, and the ceiling is tall, higher than that. And on that big wall was a painting. Almost looks like a photograph, but it's a painting of Indian people standing up with a wampum hanging over their arm, touching the floor. Right away, the light went on in my head, and I pretty near lost my own self when the light went on. And at the bottom of that big painting, in the gold letters, big letters in the bottom, 1754. Now, there's the documentation. What my grandpa said and my leaders said, it's not hogwash, it's the real history. And that's what's lacking in America today, I guess. It's the real history, it's not really told. Not really. And that's why it's going to be always crippled. Eventually it's going to fall because it's not based on truth. It's got to be based on truth.